What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode and another Tuesday live stream. And today we are going to be focusing on how to get 1,000 YouTube subscribers in 7 days. Yeah, I know that's a bold statement, but that's what we're going to try to help you do. And we've got some examples that we're going to share with you on how this has actually happened in around 7 days. Now, there's one example I'm going to show you that's actually over 1,000 subscribers in 7 days. But then I'm going to show you some other examples on it might have taken around 14 days. So if you would like to get more subscribers, whether you're trying to get to monetization or if you just want to get more subscribers on your channel, this is going to be beneficial. All right. That's what we're going to be covering here. And we've actually got some mistakes that we see people making and why you might not be getting subscribers. And also, we've got 3 things that we do that you should probably consider doing, and it will probably help you get more subscribers and hopefully 1,000 subscribers in 7 days. Let us know also, after watching this, whether you're here live on the replay, let us know right now if you are in fact at 1,000 subscribers or if you're still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So drop that in the comments, and that way there we can see where everyone is at. And it looks like Inspirations Family Jen says, only at 184 subs here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, you're in the right place because we're going to share with you here today. So Scotty, I'm excited. We are back fresh from a holiday weekend, and we're ready. We're fired up. Where do you want to start?
I mean, there's a lot of angles we can go into this, but I mean, I think the best part is bringing up the analytics. I think we need to show them exactly what we're seeing, what we have done, and kind of breaking everything down, because it's a bunch of things, guys. But here's the thing: is it's as easy as you make it, right? So like, our whole goal on this channel, and when we're giving you information and advice and all that, is to make it as simple as possible, because it can be that simple. We're not going to be those gurus out there that say, take 4 hours editing a video, make sure your thumbnail, you make it look like Mr. Beast, like all that. Like, we're not going down that avenue. You don't need to do that in order to have a micro viral video that's going to help you get to your monetization goals. And we are proof, not just on this channel, but multiple channels. So we're kind of break that down, especially if you're new to this channel. That's kind of like what we promote, is not necessarily that you need to have the top equipment, top this. Like, all of our videos are shot on an iPhone. Okay. The video you're going to see was shot on an iPhone. Okay. So a bunch of the stuff we do is very simple, but it is strategic behind it. And that's what we're kind of going to be breaking down and sharing with you.
Yeah. So let's start this before we even dive into the analytics. I am going to just go over a couple of mistakes, because I think that's what you should be also asking yourself. So before we even get into like how you can strategically get subscribers, but also without begging for them. Like, we do not ask for subscribers. What we're about to share with you, we did not ask for subscribers. I would say on this channel, we might have said, hey, if you want more content like this, subscribe. We might have said that a handful of times, and it was probably on a live stream. It wasn't even on a dedicated video. And there's a reason why that works. And I saw in the comments, someone said, I've been at this 3 years now, and I'm just over 600 subscribers or something like that. You're probably making this common mistake that we're going to share with you. And I want you guys to think about your own situation, not just ours. Okay. But I want you to try to look at it through the lens of, your channel, and if it's actually making these mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. The very first thing is what I just said, asking too early. It's a turnoff. It's almost like going out on a date and going, before you even order dinner, you're like, hey, I know I just met you, but can we kiss? Do you mind? I just want to see what it's like to kiss you. We can't do that. We haven't built a relationship. We haven't given a reason why. That's a huge mistake that I see a lot of people making, is like, they'll jump on and be like, hey guys, welcome back. That's another mistake, by the way. Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Thanks so much. We don't know if they've ever been here before or not.
Nope.
Hopefully we're reaching new people. So let's kind of expect that they weren't here before. So that there has to be removed. And if you are going to ask for subscribers, I would wait until after you've delivered something to make them want to become a subscriber. Okay. So asking too early, that's a big mistake. And I believe if you want to ask, it should be later after you've delivered some type of value. Okay. Now, this next one is another very big mistake that a lot of channels are making. And it's not their fault. It's just they think if I get views, I'm going to get subscribers. Partially, that's true. But for the most part, it's going to be hard if someone is just finding your video, they're getting a one-off thing, and there's no reason for them to subscribe. Ask yourself this: why do you subscribe to a channel?
I was just about to say the same thing. I think you got to reverse it, right? So like you got to think of it from that perspective. I think, yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was just about to say that. Yeah. Think of it that way, guys. Why are you scrolling on YouTube? And when you watch a video, what makes you subscribe? Because I guarantee it's not them saying, please subscribe to my channel. There's something there, and it's either the value behind it. It's either maybe you related with that person. There's different ways of why you are specifically subscribing to that person. Analyze those. Why are you doing that? And then start applying that to your own stuff. Yeah.
So let's ask in the comments right now. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on the replay, doesn't matter. Let us know, okay, why do you subscribe to a channel? Okay. Why do you subscribe to a channel? Now, I know there are going to be some people out there that belong to these, sub for sub groups, which we're going to actually do a whole investigation on this. This is something that's running rampant out there, and it's trying to game the algorithm, which it might be working to a certain degree, but it's also, I've seen it too many times where a hack comes in where it's not even an ethical hack, and the algorithm catches up and then nips it. So the sub for sub is where you see like small channels unite here, and they belong to part of a group that says, hey, we're going to go in to your video once you post it, and we're going to basically say small channels unite here. And then everybody underneath is going to subscribe to that channel. They're going to say subbed or great channel or just subbed or whatever, right? Those are not your audience. Do you really want those? If that's the case, if that's all that you want because you want to get to your 1,000 subscribers to get to monetization, and I'm not telling you to do this, but it's the same thing as like buying them. They're not good subscribers. They're just subscribers because they're wanting to get a subscribe back to you. So I would avoid that. I think it's risky. And it'll also make it harder for your other videos when you launch them to do well, because those people are probably not going to watch a good portion of your videos, which is going to show the algorithm that the retention is low and all of that. So just stay away from that. Okay. But I want to know in the comments, what is the reason you subscribe? If you subscribed to our channel, why? Why did you subscribe? And I think this will be interesting data.
I want to ask another question that I also want you to put in the comments, because this is something I do want to do a poll on eventually. How many videos, whether it was on our channel or someone else that you subscribed to, how many videos did it take of you seeing their content before you subscribed? Was it the first video? Was it the third video? I know for me, and we had this example the other day. I was looking up, because I'm getting into kind of like doing some DJing, mixing, all that kind of stuff, and I'm researching that. I came across this one guy's channel that ended up resonating with his channel better. Like I liked his content. It took me about 4 videos after going through his page before I clicked subscribe. Because after going through everyone else's content and I noticed that I liked how he presented everything better, I was like, I just want to see more of his stuff. So I ended up subscribing to his channel. But it took me about 3-4 videos, and it also took me kind of browsing around other people's stuff. And then when he kept getting recommended, then I was like, okay, it knows that's what I want to hear. This guy right here, and I resonate with him, and I like how he presents the content. Why am I going to go away from that? Let me just get more of his content. And not to mention, and this goes into a whole nother thing, once I went to his channel's all about what I'm looking for. There was no turnoff, right? Where if I went to his channel and he has a video on how to be a better DJ, but then his next video is on how to be a better pet groomer, I'm probably going to not subscribe to his channel because it's all over the place. So that's another thing that, we talk about a lot on here that a lot of people haven't got through their head because they're like, I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about my life. I want to vlog. That's great. But if you don't have any eyeballs, you can't do that.
Yeah. So there's a few things I want to address here before we keep rolling here. And we're going to show you again, those examples, and we're going to really get into the meat of it here. But let me just so right here. Okay. Etsy cha-ching, valuable info with the anticipation of more valuable info. Trust, confidence, credibility, know, like, and trust. Love the KLT, by the way, 10 square feet. Let's see here. Subscribing for me is like saving the channel, right? Because you want more information, right? Nina, sometimes it's the first video and I don't want to miss subsequent content, right? Because it's content that you want more of. So another thing I want to address here is, where was it? Someone had said in here, basically I subscribed, and this is to whatever channel, because I wanted to know how to go viral. First off, I just want to call a timeout here. Okay. If you're trying to go viral, it better be in your market, in your niche, that people are going to want to subscribe for future content. I see so many people, they're striving to go viral. I got to go viral, got to go viral, got to go viral. We talk about going micro viral. And micro viral is really, to me, the better way. If you're trying to build this into something where you'll get subscribers that will come back, you'll be able to build an email list, you'll be able to sell additional products, affiliate offers, sponsorships, all that stuff, which we talk extensively on this channel, by the way, because we're not about just getting a whole bunch of subscribers so we can say we got a whole bunch of subscribers. We want meaningful subscribers. You're here today. Maybe you're a subscriber. Maybe you're not. Maybe you'll turn into one. But our job is to just deliver value to help you build your channel, which leads me to this. Okay. Which leads me to this. And this was my next point that I wanted to bring up. Okay. And this is the mistake, is there's no reason for them to subscribe for more content because you got one video that went viral because you smashed an egg over your husband's head, right? It's like, okay, great. But you're trying to help people start a food truck business. But yet you got a video that went viral about an egg on someone's head. It has nothing to do. Okay, wait a minute. It's food. Take that back. But it has nothing to do with you starting a food truck business. So I think anyone that's just trying to go viral, we have to just really ask yourself, is that really going to help the channel? And if you now think about it and you're like, well, maybe not, then maybe you got to start focusing on this piece. And that is, give people content that is directly going to help them achieve a goal or solve a problem. It's some form of education, even if it is something that you would say, well, it's not really a big problem, right? Someone, you might say, someone wants a greener lawn, and I help people get the greenest lawn because I'm a landscaper, and that's what I do for a living. Well, the problem is how to keep grubs out of the lawn. How to keep moss off the lawn. Like, what do you use? What's your process? What's your procedure? And then once I'm starting to get value from you, guess what? I'm going to go, man, this is good stuff. I want to get more of this person's content. Or maybe it's going to be after you've watched 3 or 4 because you binge watch some of that content. And now you're going to hit subscribe because you're like, I like this person and how they explain, how to grow greener grass. So that's what we need to think about. There's so many channels out there that are just trying to go viral. And then they're just throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there to just try to get attention. But the attention is meaningless because if you get someone that's going to subscribe, are they really there for what you have to offer in the future? Another egg cracking, on someone's head video? Maybe, but that wouldn't be a strategy that we would get behind. So those are the 2 big mistakes: asking too early before you've even delivered any type of value, and then no reason for them to subscribe because it's not content that is going to be something that they're going to want to come back and learn more about. So do you have a niche right now that you feel you are delivering content that is in line with a goal that they're trying to achieve, or a problem they're trying to solve, or you're just trying to help them achieve something? Think to yourself, if you're subscribing because you want more information about that topic, you got to ask yourself, am I doing that for my potential subscribers? Okay, so those are the 2 big mistakes. We're going to move into 3 things here that you can turn this into a strategy. once you understand those two mistakes, and we avoid those two mistakes, or we fix those two mistakes. Anything you want to add to that, Scotty, before we move on?
Yeah, I'm just going to answer a quick question that came up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Any advice for the faceless horror niche? Or in this case, I'm just going to talk about faceless in general. I wrote my own original story, so I know that's the thing that will separate me. Awesome. That's cool. That's great. And yes, there's definitely faceless is fine. There's no issue with it. We actually have someone that I want to share in our 1K collective that actually we'll be meeting with in a little bit, that did a their channel is faceless, and it is in the cat niche. Pretty much facts on cats. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
No pun intended with the rhyme, but anyway, facts on cats. And we kind of worked on, they weren't getting a lot of views from the beginning, and relatively new channel, all B-roll, AI, all that. And one of the big things we helped them with was just niching down, so that way they could stand out in a niche. So for you, for example, I don't know your channel, but you might be hitting really broad things, right? And it all starts with the title. And we talk about this, and I know we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but it has to do all with the title, guys. And we find these outlier titles, which titles that are, subscribers that have or a low subscriber count with a video that kind of takes off, goes micro viral. Even if it's only 10,000 views and they have 1,000 subscribers, that's still micro viral because it's way more than their subscriber count. And we find those, and then we reconstruct them, and then we use them in different niches. And actually, guys, we have 10 that have proven to work in multiple niches. If you guys want that, comment hooks down below, and we'll send you that. And actually, the reason I brought this up is because we had someone in our 1K collective just reach out to us yesterday or the day before that, and I actually did an audit for their channel. And after I did their audit, they went to work, and I think like the second video maybe, they put it up, and it exceeded what their average view was, like maybe like 200 to 300 views. And then that video in the first day got like 1.2K or something. So for them was an outlier. I think they only have maybe max like 300 subscribers. So for them, that was an outlier. And it all started with the title, but it also started with niching down in that area. So back to my faceless thing, like, it's fine that you're in the horror niche, but that's a big niche, right? So you would have to find a way to niche it down. So if I was advising you or anyone else, you need a niche down. I know a lot of people say, oh, don't niche down too far because, you're not going to get views. That's not necessarily true as long as you do it the right way. And so I just wanted to share that as far as like faceless, like just because we're talking like to the camera right now, and that's how we're kind of like using for examples, doesn't mean faceless doesn't work, because faceless works, and we have multiple people in our group that we've used with it. We even have people that started as faceless. We got Corey, our barbecue guy, who did all B-roll of literally just him like cutting up these meat and stuff, and he was getting decent views. But he's like, I want to be in front of the camera more. And he looks the part. Like, he looks like, he's a top chef out there and barbecue in the backyard. Looks great. And I mean, he's averaging 1,000 views a video, and he's had a couple micro viral videos that he's had as well. And it started off the faceless, but he found a lane in his niche of outdoor barbecuing. Right. Yeah. So all to say, guys, is it starts with that title, which I know we're going to go into our 3 things, Dad, but I wanted to say that it doesn't matter whether you're faceless or not, because I know that's a big misconception that like when people come across our channel, they're like, oh, well, it doesn't work for faceless. Not true. If you're using it the right way, it doesn't matter what niche you're in. It doesn't matter what style you're in. It'll work.
Yeah, I just want to answer this. Inspiration Family Jen says the outlier titles we get when we comment hooks, if I want to use them, but in Swedish, are the outlier titles going to work in Swedish? Pretty much. I mean, it's the psychological part of the psychology behind it, really. It's a curiosity piece. So I don't know how it translates in Swedish, but if there's a word that is similar to it, then I would use that. Like, I don't know what warning would be, but if you use the word warning in your title, there's a good chance it's probably going to get more attention. But anyway, I would just say that. All right, cool. Let's first off, let me do this real quick. Let me pull this up. Because I'm going to share with you guys the 3 things that allowed this to happen. Okay. And I'm going to show you a bunch of examples. But let me just go ahead and let me dive into this here real quick. If I can get to that page now that I have it buried under a whole bunch of tabs. There it is. Okay, cool. So I just want to scroll over this right here because we're in our subscribers. This video alone has gotten 168,000 views. Okay. 9,100 watch time hours and 5,300 subscribers. And it made almost $1,000. But what I wanted to share here is this. Okay. So if I go to the, let's see, 7 days, it's 1,091 subscribers. Okay. So in 7 days, this video got 1,000 subscribers. And the reason why I wanted to share this is because every single video that you're putting out is not necessarily going to go micro viral. We don't have that happen either. But there is a greater chance if you are going after outlier titles, having a good thumbnail, and then having a good intro, because the algorithm will then push the video. But if you get a video that takes off, we have one of our students, Becca, who had a video take off. She was at about 150, maybe 200 subscribers. She had one video take off, and I believe it was within 7 days, she added 1,000 subscribers. She got monetized, got her last, I think she had needed like 2,000 watch time hours. She got that too with one video because she used an outlier title and she was able to get one to go micro viral.
And that was only, that was the day after she came to our mini workshop we did too.
Yes.
Day after she implemented it and
yep,
thing blew up. That was fun to watch.
Yeah. And so if you look at this, I mean, I'm just going to scroll over here. Here we are, let's say 14 days. We're at 1,700 subscribers. Let's go here. We'll go to 21 days just to keep them in sevens. We're at, well, let's call it 2,100. And let's go to the 28th here, 2,400. But look at it, still getting subscribers. If I go here to the last 7 days, let's see what we got. Almost 400 subscribers. And this video now is, gosh, I think it was posted in January. Let's see here, since first published. Yeah, January 28th. Okay, and look at this. Last 48 hours, this video is still getting almost 3,000 views. Browse, other YouTube features, suggested. Okay, so this is just one example. Let me show you another example. Okay, so this one here, another one that we call micro viral, 133,000 views, 6,800 watch time hours, and 3,600 subscribers. One video. But now if I go back here, let's see, the first 7 days, we got half of that. Okay, we got 515 subscribers. How long did it take us to get 1,000 subscribers? Let's see. We're right here, 19 days. So still under 30 days, and a video got 1,000 subscribers. Here's one thing to keep note of. We didn't ask for subscribers. Why did they subscribe? Because they got value. And they're like, oh, this channel's about helping small YouTube channels. And they're starting over with this channel as a case study to show people what they are doing from their experience from building a different channel. So these guys, I like these guys. Some people, guess what? They didn't subscribe. That's okay. That's okay. Not everyone's going to. We don't need everyone to. But if you go back and watch these videos, you're not going to hear me say, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Do me a favor and subscribe. I didn't even ask for people to like the video, which I'm starting to do now, which, by the way, if you're getting value from this today, smash the like button. We think that that might help the algorithm. We don't know. We're still running tests on that. Okay. So that's another example. And then, I mean, we're not even talking about the watch time hours, guys. I mean, come on. I mean, what do we got here? Let's go back here. Let's see. Let me just go 15 days, 1,780 watch time hours. Let's see how long it took to get to 4,000. 37 days. So this one video would have gotten us to monetization. That's the power of a micro viral video. And if you are strategic about it, you have a niche that you're going to be delivering content to that they're going to be like, oh, this was good. I want more. Because you're going to have tips. You're going to have things to avoid. You're going to have things that they should try. There's things that you're going to report on that they're going to just be interested in because you're testing this stuff in, maybe you're a beekeeper and you're like, I'm going to test this new strategy to, do my beekeeping or whatever you do when you do beekeeping or bass fishing. You're like, oh, I'm going to try this new bait. I'm going to see if it works, if it's really what it's all cracked up to be. And then you're like, I love this bass fishing channel. This is great. This guy tries everything. He fishes with his son. I really like this. This is cool. And you don't even have to ask. Okay. But if you are going to ask, my rule would be wait at least 50% through the video, because by that time you should have delivered your value. Okay. And then it wouldn't be too far off base, but we still don't do it. All right. Not saying we won't ever, but right now we're just not. And you're still getting subscribers. Let me show you one more. This one here. Again, posted January 6th, this one. Let's go here and let's see here. Let's see. Okay, this one was 7 days, 973, 8 days, 1,088. So almost got it in 7 days. Nope, we took us about eight and a half days. Okay, and then let's look at the watch time hours on this one. I'm curious on this one. 14 days got 3,223 watch time hours. So I'm just showing you multiple examples of what a micro viral video can do. But it starts with, you got to have a niche that is wanting content that is going to help them achieve something, or that's going to help them avoid something, help them. I always like it, like even guitar playing, right? If you're a guitar player, you just want to get better. Mm-hmm. And if you're slowly getting better, they're going to want to subscribe. I'm a guitar player. There's a lot of guitar videos out there. There's some people that are just too technical. They're just like, they talk into me like they're way too technical. I want someone that breaks it down simple, gives me a quick little exercise that I can sink my teeth into. That's the person I'm subscribing to. Okay. So I just really wanted to show you these, number one, to inspire you that it can just take one video, but you have to be strategic. And it does start with that title. And that's why if you are interested in those top 10 titles that we have, if you want to take those and manipulate them to work in your niche, try them. We've got so many people that have tried them that have blown up because of these titles. All right. So Scotty, put that in there. Hooks, if you guys are interested, put it in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. All right. So we do have 3 things we're going to talk about. We kind of touched on it, but let's get into those. Any other things, Scotty, before we get into that?
Yeah. I'm going to pull up another example for you real quick.
Okay.
Because this is someone that was in our 1K collective early on. And I think at the time had maybe 140 subscribers. Mm-hmm. And they put in a lot of work. Okay. And it's funny, we had to actually check back in on them. And then all of a sudden we look and they have a micro viral video and they're now over 2,000 subscribers in like a month and a half. Yeah. So I'm going to share that with you. You're going to like who I'm pulling up.
I think I know.
I think you do too.
I do.
Our friend, where is he?
Come on, load it up, Scotty. Load it up.
I'm working on it.
The internet's struggling over there.
It is struggling. Did it pop up yet?
No, mine is there. Yeah,
my internet's struggling, guys. I want to show you.
We got to upgrade over there. Yeah, guys, I'm with you. I'm anticipating what I'm going to see.
I did this on purpose. Okay?
Yeah, this is a strategy, guys. This is to make you wait so you stay longer for the watch time.
I can see it on my screen.
I don't think it's going to pull up.
I don't think so either, but I'm going to try one more time. Hang on, we're going to leave it. We're going to come back.
And I'll pull it up. I got good internet over here at the house.
Yeah, okay. Every other day it's not, so let's stop that.
Wow.
All right, you look it up though, because it's not. I might have to reset my Wi-Fi after this. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
All right, hang on. Let me make it a little bigger.
This is our buddy Blaze.
Blaze. All right, love Blaze. So he actually kind of rebranded his whole thing, because originally he was Organic Solutions with Blaze.
Yep.
And we kind of took, again, he was in like a big kind of niche, didn't really know exactly what angle he wanted to go, even though everything was like plant-based. So we're like, all right, we just got to go plant-based. And you already do gardening and all that. He's got the look. He's got all this. Let's go in and let's start kind of pivoting it a little bit. So we did that. And this top video I want to show you right here. 1 month ago, 82,000 views. Okay. Now we need to reach out to him so we can get all the statistics on this or the analytics. But I'd bet money that's the video that bumped up all those subscribers. And I mean, look, it's still getting, a month old, it's still getting 38 views an hour. It's pretty good. And you can kind of see too, he learned from his own thing from a couple things, the thumbnail, but also the title. Because if you look now, he's doing a lot of starting with I now. Okay, so I was growing pathetic tiny ginger until I added this into my soil. I sucked at gardening turmeric until I found to it. I was growing wimpy. So he kind of found what worked for him, and he's just replicating it. I mean, 2 weeks ago, a video is almost at 2,000 views, right? So he's starting to find his own little lane now, and he's doing great. I mean, he's only got 90 videos on the channel, and I remember before us, like I said, I think he was definitely under 300 subscribers and struggling to get. I don't even think he had his first 1,000 view video. We can probably look. Let's see. No, because see, these were the videos before us, right? Yeah, so right in here, and I mean, again, from one video, and it's crazy thing. That's a 40-minute video. I just looked at that. 40 minutes.
I know.
That's pretty good.
Really good.
But let's just note a couple things. Look at the thumbnail. Look how clean that is. The text saying no bullshit, right? I mean, that pops out to you, right? Yeah. And then I was growing pathetic tiny ginger until I added this into the soil. What did he add into the soil? Right? So he added a little bit of FOMO in there, so where you ended up wanting to click on that. But shout out to Blaze. I just want to say, because he was not at monetization till this, and I mean that boosted his subscriber count significantly from just one micro viral video.
Yep.
So again, it's possible in any niche, guys. This is obviously the gardening.
We're just giving a little shout out to Blaze, by the way. Which
I know I haven't seen him in a while. We got to reach out to him.
I mean, he was one of our first listeners on our podcast. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and he was. I think we did our first workshop, Titles to Views, and he was part of that class. So
look at they're on. What's up, Feline Facts Academy? This is who I was talking about earlier. This is the cat channel for the AI B-roll. And thank you for coming on and shouting out. I actually just shouted you out not too long ago. Says I implemented this guy's advice for title, thumbnail, intro, plus getting more niche specific. And it went from 154 views to 1.4 in 2 days. I've only got 68 subs, 17 game, but still growing. Awesome. Perfect. That's great. Only 68 subs, but still got a video that got 1.4K is pretty good.
There you go.
So great job. And if you're going to be in class later, I'll see you in class.
Yeah, we've got another call. And if you guys are on right now and you're part of our Creators Video Lab, our call is following this at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We've already sent out the notifications. So we'll be doing all of that stuff there. It says I'll be there. All right, cool. All right, so let me get into it because we do have to roll. We did want to answer a few of your questions, but we do have to get going because we do have another call. But let me just go through the 3 things that I think you should be focusing on in order to get more subscribers and to do it in a way that they're the right subscribers. We're not going to say go out there and just create a viral video to create a viral video because you can get a lot of views. We want the right subscribers. Even if you're creating shorts, we also see this I probably should have put this in as a mistake. People are creating shorts in hopes to go viral to get subscribers. And we have some students that have had that happen. And guess what? We have one of our students that got 8,000 subscribers, but struggling to get 100 to 200 views on a long form video because those people want shorts. Okay. So you got to be careful. All right. So number 1, focus on trying to create a micro viral video. And it starts with coming up with a proven outlier title. Now, we did talk about giving you those top 10 titles that we've used, and we've given out to people that have went and used them and have gotten thousands of views. But we also have something that we just rolled out. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We only were giving this to our Creators Video Lab people. But we had a lot of people ask, can we just get the titles? Because what we do is we give out 20 outlier titles that Scotty finds every single month, and we give them to that group. But we also do live calls, coaching calls, which we're about to do here shortly, where we do their, we review their intros, we review their titles, their thumbnails, and all of that stuff. But we said, you know what? There's people asking for just the titles. So let's create something where they can get monthly titles, 20 of them. And so we created something called the Outliers Playbook. And that now is available. That will be linked up in the description. All right. So if you would like, you can go in the description and there'll be a you'll see in the description. There'll be a little link there that you can click over to, and it'll give you all the information. There's even a video there, I believe, of me explaining what you're receiving. Very affordable right now, by the way. And there's a pretty sweet bonus that has to do with some thumbnails that have won, and you can draw inspiration off of those. And we've got a nice little bonus that we put in there for people that are enrolling this. We're calling it our founders launch. All right. So if you're interested in that, get in, lock in at this low price, very, very inexpensive. I think right now it's like 50 cents a title it would come out to. So if you're interested, check that out in the description. All right. So micro viral video. Not every video is going to do that. It doesn't happen for us either. But guess what? There are videos, if we're putting out enough, there's a video that's going to take. It's kind of like when we always talk about like taking more swings. If you're a baseball player, you understand this. You get in at bat, you strike out, you pop up, you get a base hit, you get a double, you get a home run, you get a grand slam. We got to get more bats though, at bats. So that's what we're doing here. All right. So we have to show up and we have to be able to take more swings. The second thing is focus on a problem or goal that your channel helps with. Get crystal clear. What is it that you're going to help someone do? And I don't want to hear you say, well, I help people with their relationships. Okay, get a little bit more specific. If you're brand new, we got to get more specific. We got to go out there and go a little bit more narrow at first. Okay. And it might be like how to help newly married couples with their relationship, or how to you help people that have been married for 25 plus years bring breathe more life into their relationship, or to create a stronger relationship, or to have a better relationship than the day they got married. Like whatever it is, you have to come up with what that is, and then you need to create content that's going to speak to those people. And that's what I would do. But I would also look at the outlier titles, and then I would then adapt them. And then that way there, it'll increase your chances of getting a video that goes micro viral. If you focus on that, you will get a video eventually that will get more views than you're getting right now. And then that will increase your subscribers. You might even get one that takes off and you get 1,000 subscribers in 7 days, or 2,000 watch time hours, or maybe in 30 days, you get 4,000 watch time hours. It's really one video is what can get you there. Now, if you create a bunch of videos, it could collectively happen too. But what we're saying is you got a chance if we are looking at titles that have been proven to work. All right. So focus on the problem or goal that your channel helps with. The third thing is, and I kind of alluded to this before, you got to get more at bats. You got to show up consistently. The cool thing is like, you don't need the coach to go, hey, get on up to the batter's box. You're in the lineup today. You're in the lineup every day. So you can post as many videos as you want. Now, I'm not saying go post a video a day. I'm saying whatever you're posting right now, if you're posting one a week, that's great. Can you do 2? Can we get an extra at bat? Just let's see if we can, and then commit to that, and then show up consistently. All right. So that's what I got there. I do have a bonus thing that I'm going to share with you here in a second, but Scotty, anything you want to mention there before we move on?
No, I think last thing, just what you said, I think and you're gonna hear everyone say it, consistency, being consistent, all of that, like as much as like that's the answer everyone says, yeah, it's the truth. I mean, you got to show up, and here's the thing though. I don't want you to show up and do the same thing, because that's where a lot of people, that's the misconception, right? I'm just going to put out a bunch of content and I'm just going to do the same thing. Eventually get it picked up. No, yeah, you got to learn from everything. So just like a baseball player, like you said, they're going to learn from every at bat. Why was I popping the ball up, right? Was I dropping my back shoulder? What was I doing? I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to look at the film. I'm going to look at the video, all that. I'm going to talk to my hitting coach, right? Yep. It's the same thing here, right? You might talk to someone that's doing something on YouTube, or you might just look at your analytics and say, oh, this video performed better than this one. Why? Right? Was it the title? Did it end up getting more impressions? Was it the click-through rate? Was the clicks better because the thumbnail was, more curiosity based? Like, you're going to start analyzing that, and then you're going to start learning. So that way, and just like, Mr. Beast says on the channel or on YouTube, is you should get better every video that you post. If you post 100 videos, your 100th to your first one should look totally drastically different because you've changed so much and adapted. Not necessarily edits, but how you even just talk to the camera, how you start your intro, how you have your thumbnail layout, like whatever. And it's going to be different for every channel and every niche, but you need to keep testing until you find what works for you, because what might work in one niche might be totally different in another. So that's why you're always testing and trial and error.
Yep. All right, cool. Let's give the bonus out here. So the bonus here is, and this is something, man, we got to do a whole session on this, because every time that we focus on this, it actually helps us with subscribers, but it also helps us with our email subscribers. So the bonus here is the community post. Man, oh man. So if you are posting videos, you should also be putting things in the community posts to engage with these people. Now, I'm not saying put a link in there to your video. You can do that, but anytime you put a link in there, it seems like it suppresses it. It seems like it doesn't get as much reach. But what you can do is ask questions. If someone is bass fishing, you might put in there, what's the largest bass that you've ever caught? How many pounds? And then you'd put 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 8 pounds, 10 pounds. And then if you're a bass fisherman and you're seeing that, you're going to click on it. Now, this might be them discovering you for the first time, but I would say probably it's going to be your subscribers. Well, you might only have 150 subscribers. Great. Put 150 people in a room. That room's pretty full probably, right? If it's, I mean, not obviously an auditorium, but 150 people. It's a lot of people. Communicate with those people. And I trust me, it will help you get more subscribers. Those people that aren't subscribers that you're engaging with there are going to become subscribers because they're going to be like, wow, this is cool. They're asking questions. They're, giving me more value in this community post. It's another way for you to communicate with these people. But also, and we've done a survey in the past and we'll keep doing these types of surveys, we've also found out that there's people that aren't subscribers that see this community post that become a subscriber after. Okay. So don't ask for them to subscribe there. That's just a place for you to show up again in another form, not just through video. We've been having really good success with the community tab for building our email list, especially, but also our polls. Literally just the other day, I threw up a poll. We were at the airport. I threw up a poll, and within like 10 minutes, we had probably like, I want to say like 15 or 20 people that commented already, or that already voted. But then by the time it was over 500. I say over within 24 hours. We had 500 people vote. Okay. So that's 500 people. Put 500 people in a room. It's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So don't sleep on the community tab. That one right there, gold. All right. And that will also help you get more subscribers or convert people that are viewers, but not yet subscribers. All right. Any quick questions, Scotty? I know we got to jump. We've only got about 15 minutes. We got to get ready for our next call.
I'll do one real quick.
I did see one from EV Unplugged too that asked about, we can answer this one, but I wanted to answer his too. It was about shorts.
Okay.
So go ahead.
What is better, faceless videos or upload videos where you talk to the camera? It is whatever you want to do. I personally, if I was to choose, I would say having your face in front of the camera, your actual face, and not doing any AI or faceless, only because you can build a better relationship with your community and the people you're talking to, the viewer, because they're going to trust you a little bit more because they can actually see you and kind of see who you are, not just someone behind a camera that's an AI generated voice. Even if a voiceover, I can't see what you look like, so it's hard to kind of trust you. But with that being said, doesn't mean you can't do faces. It's honestly what ends up being most comfortable to you and what you feel where you can produce the most content and be as, authentic as possible.
Yep. Here it was. EV Unplugged. Can shorts be used to get more channel views to help the algo for longer videos, or should they not be used? Our experience, we say don't use them right now. If you're trying to get people to watch your long form content, if that's the goal, then you want to put out long form content because that's what you want people to subscribe from. If they subscribe from a short, there's a good chance they're not going to have the attention for a long form for the most part. And we've done so many surveys on that in the community tab. And whenever we talk about that, we ask people, How often do you go from a short to a long form? And the percentage is so low. And the other thing is we've seen first-hand example, even on this channel, Live Video School, we started with shorts. And they're still up right now. We're not taking them down, but I think we did like 16 shorts.
Yep.
And then we were getting subscribed. We might have had 150 subscribers, but we were like, it's number one, not growing as fast as we want. And then when people do, our retention is terrible, on the long form stuff. So we just put it to rest. But whenever we put that out, people are always like, man, I wish I would have saw this before, because I've done shorts. I've built up 1,000 subscribers, 10,000. We've got people that have like 500,000 subscribers and they barely can get 200 views on a long form video. So you could actually be hurting your growth by doing that. That's our opinion and that's our observation. Okay. So that's what I would say there. Anyway. All right. We do have to jump, guys. We got to get ready. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will be back next week, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys are in the Creators Video Lab, we are going to be jumping into the other room and we will be reviewing and giving feedback on thumbnails, giving some shout outs. We got some wins this week too that we wanted to shout out. But also, if you would like those hooks, those 10 titles that have worked well for us and others, just put hooks in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. Or if you want, you can go in the description and by the time you're watching this, it might be there. So you could go there as well. And we got a lot more. We're just getting warmed up, guys. We got a lot more to share with you guys, a lot of tests that we're doing. And we're just really excited. And we do have something coming up next week, a little workshop that we're going to be doing next Thursday. So if you're on our email list, you'll get an invite for that. And if you're not on our email list, grab the hooks and you will be on our email list. And then you'll be notified of our workshop that we're going to be doing, which is going to be fun. All right. So guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, have an awesome, amazing day, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.